Hey everyone, Fiona Smart here from Cafe Lab. Now I know it's the weekend for some of us, but for cafe owners it's the start of the busiest part of the week, the time when you really need your game face on. And today I've been working with a client who quite honestly is struggling with the turbulence that is cafe life. We were doing a coaching session and it's just really stuck with me because, the upshot is that he feels he's a failure in his role as a leader and in the decision he's made to buy a cafe. So I just wanted to explore this a little further with you because the reality is owning a cafe is hard work and there's plenty of highs and lows on that journey. There's a lot of sayings out there, of course, but this one really sits well with me. It's from Michael Jordan, and it is, I succeed because I fail. And I love this. I love the contradiction that is in this saying because it's just so true, and in particular in relation to owning and running a cafe. Everyone's perception of success and failure is different, as is everyone's ability to withstand the roller coaster of success and failure. But what does it look like in a cafe space? Well, success can mean popularity, but not necessarily profitability. So is that success? Success can mean selling your cafe and getting out of a commitment that's causing stress and unhappiness. But just say you don't recoup your investment when you sell it, does that mean you failed? Success and failure, they're highly subjective. Failure could mean anything from a poorly managed service period or a customer complaint, someone unfollowing your social media page, and all the way up to just not having enough money to pay the bills at the end of the week. My personal opinion is that success and failure are just a concept that is far too black and white, particularly as they're loaded with positive and negative emotion. And because it's all relative to your situation, and success and failure can mean different things at different times, particularly as you and your team and the business grows into itself. So the question is, what does success and failure look like to you? Now, I talk about cafe alchemy, and it's a term which I use to describe the secret ingredients that go together to form the magic that is, an incredible cafe. And within the alchemy, I've got to say resilience is one of the key ingredients, and something for owners and leaders to develop both in themselves and in their teams. And resilience really is an outcome of a positive mindset, and one that's capable of remaining flexible through those periods of change, or whether they're positive or negative. And I also believe that having a deeper understanding, or even an agreement within yourself, can contribute to how you grow that positive mindset. And this is really the point I want to make again, is that just running a cafe is challenging, and it's just loaded with highs and lows. You could call them successes and failures. But how you choose to view the situation is really what it's all about, and how you function during the stressful periods and the times of success and failure. How you choose to view them is where the real value sits, because regardless of what happens in and out of your control, a mindset capable of resilience, flexibility, and one that's comfortable with change is the one that's going to serve you the best. I know I learned so much from cafe ownership. In particular, I learned how to be happy, which is kind of strange. But happiness for me was learned by living through the darkest days of exhaustion, of missing my kids, of the early starts, the relentless pressure, the physical, energetic work. But through it all, I found this inner strength. It's one that's as strong as the one I found in motherhood. But in the business, I learned to become resourceful. I sought efficiencies. I formed systems and documents and things that were able to begin the process of extricating myself out of the business and full-time operation, and then on to developing the business to what was next. I could look at some of the things that I went through as success and failure at the same time. Opening the doors on time and on budget was an achievement, but in particularly one case, I didn't have the core staff I needed to support my dream. I could look at that as a failure, but I didn't, because it was an opportunity to find the right people, to shape them the way I wanted them to be, in line with my vision. But it meant that I had to work every day for 6 months, to build the culture that I needed to attract the right crew. So it's really about what you choose. Is your latte glass half full or half empty? You choose your mindset, and I did go with the glass half full, and I continue to do that, because you're going to get thrown around in the turbulence of cafe ownership. And I believe you've got to use those hiccups and blows to learn more about yourself and the business, and learn how to improve things. And you do this while keeping a positive outward and inward mindset. So if you're up at 6 a.m. tomorrow and on the tools, you've got a choice of how you face your day. Choose your mindset, buckle in under the pressure, and anything's possible, whether it's super busy or super quiet. Don't get caught up in success and failure. Work on generating a positive mindset, and I know you'll attract the positive things that are coming for you. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll talk to you again soon. That's me out.